Hey, good morning, everyone. Here we are. It is 8:33 on October 22. And I do know, I don't know if you have seen this, Jason, but I set up a little math thing that
Is it an abacus?
automatically. No, it's not an abacus, but it's actually pretty cool. I use this thing called Text Expander on the Mac. And essentially what it is you type in a small set of shortcuts and it will blow that text up into anything you want. This is great for people that are doing legal documents where you have boilerplate text and stuff that you want to fill in. In addition, one of the things that I just found out it does recently, and you can see this in the description on Facebook of this morning's discussion, this morning's Quick Start. It says, good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, October 22. Welcome to Quick Start, blah, blah, blah. Remember, 90 days from today is January 20th, 2022. Wow. And it pulls it in with 4 letters. And my shortcut is RKWI for Quick Start. Now, the reason I think that this is so cool is twofold. Number one, Text Expander for the Mac is about, $30 a year, and you can have it on all your devices. I think it's the same for Mac and PC, actually, now that I think of it. But you can put these boilerplate texts in, and you can have a list of shortcuts. And here is my printed list of all of the shortcuts that I use. So,
of course you have this.
And it's actually sitting right next to me on it's actually sitting on my iPad right now. But what this does is it allows me to enter all of these things in 3 letters or 3 or 4 letters.
Oh my God, you have shorthand for texting.
And
I love it.
Well, see, I did this because I got sick and tired of, Tim always having to calculate. I'm like, you know what? Let me just have 90 days from today. And it says the 90 days is January 20th, 2022. So now you know. And I think that's pretty cool, actually.
Wow. The only thing I have like that remotely on my desk is the extensions for like leadership. So I know who to call when I'm in trouble.
See, there you go. See, much more important than
when I called you, the other day.
Yeah. So you called me the other day, and you called me. I'll tell you what. Hold that thought, because we do want to get through the schedule this morning first, and then we have something that we need to talk about. Everybody needs to talk about. So number one is today is the Friday, so happy pre-weekend 8 hours, and
TGIF, right?
TGIF. Here we go. It's going to be a good one. We have coffee with a capper. I almost forgot about that. Coffee with a
Jason
capper.
Goodrich, right?
I don't know who it is.
I think it is Jason Goodrich. I think I saw that.
All right. He's actually, according to what he told me, he's got 2 people on, and he didn't tell me who. So if you're saying it's Jason and there might be another person, I did make a nice little eCam little, how we have our names in our picture here and all that. I made one of those for him, and I think you're going to like it. It's actually really cool. I'm pretty proud of that little one that I made. Ooh. Alana's probably going to go, oh, that's so elementary, so rudimentary.
That's cute, Robert. Watch what I build.
Yeah. That's exactly what she would say.
She's going to celebrate her 12th birthday by designing something way better than you.
You can address your letters to Nate.
It's crazy. I was telling Robert last night was my nephew's 21st birthday, so we were talking. He had a couple friends there, from college that came down to celebrate it with them, and we were talking and all that, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I was born in 1998," and I was like,
"Oh my God." Okay, in 1994, I was in the earthquake in California, the Santa Monica earthquake, and our building, half of the building I lived in with my wife at that time, came down, and our half luckily did not.
Oh my God, Robert, you need to write a book. Earthquake, NASA. God.
It's actually, you know what? This is an interesting thing, and I'm actually going to tie this into real estate and living in life and stuff like that. As we get older, and I can relate this back to when I was younger. Someone I knew used to tell stories about things that they had done in their life, and I looked at them and I really truly thought that they were a liar. I thought that they were just making stuff up, and just, when I was young, I was hearing these stories and I'm like, there's no way this happened. And as I got older and I started to gain these stories and these experiences, I started to think the same thing about when I would tell people these stories. Like, there's no way that this guy did this. And here
Yeah.
I am, living proof of the craziness that has been my life. And
Yeah.
I am not unique. And when we engage in conversation with each other, like you just learned about this earthquake thing through just this little tiny one thing. We learn more about each other, and we start to share these experiences. And I hope that, by doing that, that we eventually get to the point where nobody says to the other person, there's no way, that's absolutely untrue, because we all have had such diverse
Yeah.
experiences. And one of the best ways to break down these walls of, you and me and us and them and all that, is to talk to people about the things that they've done in their lives. And I'll tell you what, that can change the way that you bond with people. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've done some crazy stuff, been in some crazy situations, and as I'm sure have we all. But I didn't even know where I was going with the earthquake story, but you got me. You
Yeah, I
got me
got you going down
sidetracked.
like Robert's life. But it's so true. Like, like
Yeah.
I feel the same way, like sometimes, because, I'm 46. I'm not going to lie. Right. And I'll
Mhm.
tell people and they're like, wait a minute. Like my neighbor, like he's like working on his 4-wheeler. Right. And it wouldn't run right. His son's 4-wheeler. So I walk over and he's looking at me. He's like, what's the real estate guy going to do? And I'm like, well, private real estate. I'll have you know. I'll give you a quick scenario. I have won a EJHL junior hockey championship. After that, I won the World of Wheels twice with custom motorcycles. After that, I was involved with explosives in taking care, and imploding buildings. And here I sit in real estate. So we all have like this
Yeah.
really circle of businesses of how we got here, right? I
Yes.
mean,
How did
all
we
of us,
get
right?
here?
And it is funny,
Yeah.
like people, you start going like, there's no way they could do that. That's not the person I would
Hmm.
think they would be. And then
Yeah.
you just change as a person, and life
Hmm.
brings you down these different paths. So true.
Yeah. It is, and I think that we should share this more with everybody. Everybody should share their path, because I'll bet you, and it's actually happened. I don't even have to bet. I know this has happened for a fact. When I share things about my life, things that I've done, inevitably somebody say, "Oh my God, I've been there. I've done that. I've seen that. I know about this. My cousin did this,"
Yeah.
and these shared experiences are what bonds us. And some
Mhm.
of them might be crazy, some of them might be very mundane, but we all have
And,
these
and
shared experiences.
and that is so true. Like if you listen to like Tony Giordano, like so he's like they call him the triple pop. Like he's the online presence like guru for Keller Williams, and he'll tell you it's 1 for 3 for every on your personal page. Every 3 personal posts, do 1 business post. And on your business page, for every 3 business posts, do 1 personal post,
Hmm.
because your personal friends want to see what you do in business, right? Because we do
Hmm.
cool stuff. We're selling cool homes or checking out houses that are just off the chain ridiculous. And then your business friends want to see that you actually do go and Apple pick and do other things besides you just sell real estate. So it's one of those things that you do. You got to share your story with everybody. Um, Marcus Lemonis is really the guy that owns Camping World. He's big with that. He's big with whatever your big why is. You got to let everybody know, whether it's your
Hmm.
business big why or your personal big why. Like the more people you help will
Hmm.
help you get to your goal, but they don't know how to help you if they don't know what it is. So,
Yeah.
and I think that's why Nathan's done a great job with the company. I think Nate has the vision all the time. We're always pushing the culture here. We're always pushing the vision of education. And that's
Hmm.
why we've got to the levels that we've gotten. And, sometimes you just got to look back at the people that we're around, and then
Hmm.
that will help you grow as a person and a business owner, right? Like
Yeah.
I've learned so much in my 7 months in this role.
Yeah.
Like I knew a lot about being a real estate agent. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was pretty legit. Like I was like,
Hmm.
I'm pretty smart. You know what I mean? And then I got in this role and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's a different way to look at stuff. And,
Hmm.
and I'm learning that through Nate's teaching me that once again, and through Jen Vashon, obviously. But it's a great opportunity for you to engage with your clients, your customers, past clients, customers, and make friends out of it, make
Hmm.
relationships that matter and last.
Yeah. Well, I'll reiterate something that happened now. I guess it's about almost a couple weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago. Tim was talking with Adam Dow, and he was talking about the relationships that he had cultivated ended up really kickstarting his business. And
Yeah.
this is all about the relationships. And I'm sure that, when he was talking with people, there was a bond. And the only way that we can create a bond is to actually share things. And those shared experiences and discussions are what laid the foundation for the relationships and the success that he has. So
Yeah.
everything is tied back to that. So two things. I'm gonna sidestep right real quick. Coffee with the Capper is at 11 a.m. today, and talking about relationships and talking about learning and talking about understanding and listening to people. Join that conversation, because Coffee with the Capper, it says it all. You could probably learn something, even if it's something small. That may be the one thing that you learn today or hear or experience today that will trigger something or make sense to you in a way that will move you forward. So definitely check that out. And number 2, Carol Goodwin, hang in there. We got a 20-second delay here from you to me. She's on Facebook going, hello, Bueller.
Is she really?
Yeah, Bueller.
Oh, right.
Okay, so her question, maybe you can help me out with this, Jason. She says, I can't find Gene Rivers on KW Connect from yesterday. Please advise. So I don't know. That's my advice. I don't know
So the
what
Gene
happened.
Rivers series, so we're talking about business planning clinic, right? Don't be stupid. Like, Gene Rivers is amazing. I'll give you a quick Gene Rivers. I went and saw Gene Rivers live. Me, Mark, and I just was sitting at the table with Jalen Archer and Marcus Gatkin. Like, those were the people that were at my table. This was right before COVID. And Gene Rivers is walking around. Don't be stupid. Like, this is how you do it. Run the numbers. So we're running all the numbers, right? We're all doing the math. And then he looks at this guy in the front row. Now we're in like not quite North Shore, so just south of North Shore, Massachusetts, I want to say. And he says, "No, Gene Rivers from Florida, right?" So he says, "Let me ask you a question. What's your average sales price when your market's in it?" The guy goes, $650. Gene Rivers literally stops and goes, "Really? Don't be stupid. Sell more homes." Because that's like, he's like, his average sale price was like $775,000. Right. And he's selling like 300 homes, trying to make $1 million at that. And he's really slaying it. And he has our price point. It was like a slap in his face. So anyway, Gene Rivers is amazing. You can find Gene Rivers. It's probably going to be a day or two to upload it. By the time they actually get it, put it on to, it's going to be probably on like Pivot Shift, one of those, or the Facebook page. It will take a day or two to actually get it up and loaded. So give it a little bit of time.
Yeah, Karen Karpinski-Furman just said that she thinks it's going to be up under the Pivot Shift under announcements, probably. So you know what, Carol? I will check into it and chill out there, young lady. We'll take care of you. We got you.
She's like, I support you boys every morning. Answer my question.
Oh my God.
I love her.
Good morning, Carol. Okay, and also we have, of course, today is Back to Basics.
Back to Basics. So yeah, that's a like a 65,000 foot view of like the contracts. So last week was on listing agency. This week will be on buyer agency. So we review pretty much everything that you need to have as a buyer. We go over some of the sections of the contract that we see as the brokerage level of the things that we see are issues, or what we're seeing most of the mistakes being made, or where we're seeing other brokerages make some mistakes and how to explain that. But it's basically all 10 or 11 forms that are required by the compliance department and what they are and what they do. So bring your questions. It's going to be on buyer agency today. It's a good time. I don't know who you're going to get. It may be me, maybe Jen. Jen's doing amazingly. I will say that. But when Jen does PT, they kick her butt. So, if she's a little sore, she doesn't like to jump on, and obviously she wants to give you guys the best side of her, not the robotic side of her. But yeah, she was saying the other day she did 2,100 steps, squat
so quickly,
getting up and out of a chair, 2,100 steps. I mean, we're talking a week out of a knee surgery. That's just amazing,
man. No, I don't understand.
Like when I see her from now on, I'm gonna be like,
yes, sir.
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah, she's like the general. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, she is the she's the
boss. And for all you youngins out there, I'm gonna throw it out there. You probably won't know, but she is the next. I'm gonna call her Lee Major,
as in the $6 million man.
Yeah, right. You knew that. She's bionic.
No. So no. She has to be Jamie.
There was a woman one. I don't remember it.
Jamie. Oh, help me out.
Yeah,
Everybody out there.
and I
So
think
there
he was
was
the 6 million.
Lee
She was like the
Majors.
$8 million woman or something. She was more money.
Okay. The
I don't remember the name of it.
Oh my God. The Bionic Woman, Jamie something. Well, oh my God. Something has to help us out with that.
I'm gonna
I
grab
don't
my
know.
book of Hoyle and look that up on my
The
abacus here while I eat a
Well,
bear claw.
listen, there was another topic that we had discussed right before we got going here that we want to make sure that we cover, and it is Adobe PDF Reader. If you have got a PC, now it hasn't happened on the Mac, so we're pretty sure that this is something that happened on Windows. If you are running Windows and for some reason, every time you try to download and look at a PDF from Chrome or pretty much from any source at this
You'll
point,
notice when you go to print.
you'll notice when you go to print, there has been an update and Windows, just to kind of back this up into a larger picture, last week, Windows released Windows 11. And Windows 11 is something where the interface, the look and feel has changed. It's basically a kind of a beefed up version of Windows 10, but it is graphically, it looks very different. But a lot of people are staying with Windows 10, and Windows 10 also released their November update. They updated a little bit early. And apparently that broke or somehow removed Adobe Reader from a lot of people's machines. So it basically comes down to this. If you did a Windows update in the last week or so and you find that you're having difficulty opening up PDF files, you can go to download the free PDF Reader. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. And you can download it from Adobe and just do a Google search for Adobe Free PDF Reader. Don't just leave it as in Adobe Acrobat. Don't do that because Acrobat, it'll take you to the pay site where they want you to buy it. But this way, if you download this and install it, you will have your PDF reader back in place and you should be good to go. In that kind of tech vein there, I want to say something to a couple of people that I talked to recently, about a couple of people. Some PDF files that have been coming across my desk have been ginormous files that when you try to go put a signature on them, the signature ends up looking like a pin dot. And it's not something you can fix because no matter what you do to zoom into the file, you can't actually make the signature big enough. And what's happening is the way that the documents are scanned is it's as if they were scanned the size of a billboard. The document is way, way too big. And then when you try to put it into DocuSign, it has to zoom way in on this little tiny spot to put in the signature. The solution to this is to save your file. Basically, if you have that problem happening, go to print that PDF, but tell it to squeeze it all onto one page to scale to fit, and reprint the PDF or save it again as a PDF, and it will scale it back down. If you get confused on what I just said, or if you have any questions about PDFs that are just too big, reach out to me and I can show you how to solve that. I'm going to drop a bomb for you here. There's a tool that you can use if you're using the Mac specifically from a company called Reddle, Readdle, and it is called Scanner Pro. You put it on your iPhone, okay? If you've got Scanner Pro on your iPhone, it is about 1 billion times better than Notes to try and scan documents or any other scanner. And what this does is you just point your phone at the document on the table, click the button, it automatically flattens it, scales it, and makes it all square. It will make it the perfect PDF, and it's like $5.
I love everything about that.
It's the best.
You know when you get you'll get
tool.
stuff from like CanScam, and like the file looks like this. It
Yeah.
fish bowls. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're reading the font. It's like, I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
Scanner Pro, people. Scanner Pro. And it is a fantastic app. And you can, by the way, when you scan it, you can say, send it here, send it here, send it here. You can send it to multiple destinations. You can do pretty much anything you want with it. Scanner Pro. And if you have any questions on that, I'm your guy. Because I've been using that for about 5, 6 years. It's the only tool I use to scan documents. Scanner Pro.
Amazing.
Yeah, there you go. And then the command lab today at 2 o'clock. You want to talk about this stuff? You want to talk about PDFs that are a problem? Files too big? Reach out to me. I'm your guy.
There you go.
I'm your guy. I'm your guy.
I know. I worked on my computer the other day to print something for like 40 minutes. I couldn't figure it out. I called Robert and he was like, click, click, click. Go download a PDF reader. I got to go. 13 seconds.
I remember saying that too.
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute. You don't have a PDF reader? I'm like, yes, I do. He's like, well, I'm here to tell you don't. And what's funny is it did it on all 3 PCs. So it did it on this PC, which is literally brand new, this setup.
Yeah.
It did it on my laptop. And then you guys can see that screen right there. That's a whole nother computer. All 3 of them. And I got the update on all 3 of them within, like you said, the last week.
Yeah.
And I was trying to print something, and I couldn't. And then a title company came in yesterday. And she's like, Jason, can you print for me? I can't print. And I'm like, give me a computer. Watch this. She's like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, that's what I do. I'm a tech guy.
I'm glad that I can be the white label to your tech.
I will steal every bit of knowledge. Yes. Like you tell me, and it's like, I am like.
Right? Now I know.
Bill Gates technically didn't really like design Apple, right? Didn't he kind of like borrow some of that information from some people?
That was probably the most awesome statement I've ever heard, and I'm going to repeat it to you. Yeah. Bill Gates didn't he steal Apple?
No, he borrowed. He borrowed some technology.
He actually borrowed it from Xerox.
Yes, that's who originally had it. Yeah,
Xerox.
It's a great story if you read it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Xerox was the original Windows, and he went in there, and they didn't. Are you ready for this? Then not only did he steal the operating system, but there was a program. The name of the program slips me, but there was a program that was basically a spreadsheet, and the guy who built it did not patent it, and Bill stole it, and it became Excel.
Okay, so that's funny that you bring that up, right? So let me tell you a quick story. So the way ATMs talk, right? So an ATM, if you go to an ATM and you pull out $50, back in the day, you'd be able to go pull out $50, and your bank wouldn't know that. So you could go to like ATMs all around the town for like 3 days and pulling out money and overdraft the crap out of your account. So my brother is very, very intelligent man. Graduated high school, 15, college at 17, and then joined the Marine Corps. My father was so happy. So anyway, my brother gets into IT. They wind up sending my brother to North Carolina State because he's off the chart on his ASVAB testing. So my brother gets into comm, like military, MARSOC it's called, like special forces. And my brother's like, the guy that has the little antenna. That's my brother. That's what he did. Well, he gets out. And in the meantime, my brother goes over to Cabletron. And Cabletron's trying to figure out the system on how to get an ATM to talk to each other so that people can't overdraft. So Chris Oliver, who's the head engineer at Cabletron at the time, says to my brother, just take a look at this. I think it's a new set of eyes. So my brother's like, oh, you need to have a switch there. You need to have this. I don't know. He's talking all this computer talk. And they were like, that's not going to work. So they set up a dummy one that works. So they say to my brother, how did you know that? My brother's like, well, that's how the military keeps all their information. And when they encrypt information between two, the Pentagon and the SEAL teams, this is how they do it. They look into it, and the government does not have that copy written. Cabletron made billions off of my brother. All they did is put a switch there and something there and that there.
There you go.
Billions off of that. My brother made out very well too. Not gonna lie. They're looking at it, they're like, none of that's copywritten. My brother's like, oh, I don't know, okay. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I did that once, but I ended up in jail. It was my story has a different.
Yeah, the Cabletron guys probably would have too, but one of them became the governor, and I think he wrote some laws to get himself out.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, God bless Benson. Anyway.
Yep. Oh my God. Okay, so I have the lab at 2. I'm sitting here crying, laughing so hard.
Yeah, we're talking about
so the lab's at 2, and then what else have we got today? We got the big weekend. This weekend is a big weekend. You know why?
Well, first of all, it's a great time of the year to grab a pumpkin latte, iced macchiato, apple pie, like Tim does, and drive around. It is leaf people season. It's the mountains are beautiful right now. People will definitely be cruising around and checking it out. But it's a great time of the year. I mean, I walked in this morning and I want to say the heat's on in this building because I can smell it.
You know what? I'm gonna do a full disclosure here, and this is probably gonna cost me a lot. I have never, nor do I plan to ever, have a pumpkin spice anything.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you.
It's. I feel like I just made a confession to my therapist.
Yeah. Do you want to get? That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't deal with that either.
No.
I drink coffee.
Coffee. Yeah.
I don't drink
Coffee.
lattes. I
No.
don't drink foofy.
No. No.
I
I went
can't get it
to.
right. Like
Yeah.
you go to Starbucks, right? First of all, I don't understand the Starbucks. Maybe somebody can help me with this. You go to Starbucks and can I get a venti skim milk mocha latte, shaken stirred, ice cubes, half size, pineapple involvement, infused with, and I'm like, what are you ordering? Can I get a medium, regular? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's all I got.
what happened to those days?
Well, I went to get my car serviced, and there was a sign outside of the Subaru dealership said they had pumpkin spice oil changes now, so they're back in stock. So I was really excited to see that. But
Did you
again,
get the
didn't do
Subaru
it.
a pumpkin?
Yeah,
I
no,
can't do that. I have a turbo in my car. It can't do pumpkin. I
no,
gotta do
can't do
vanilla
pumpkin.
latte in mine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, the vanilla is fine because it's just kind of like vanilla. It's generic,
yeah, it's
so that works.
it's organic.
But
They grind the vanilla up.
yeah,
So
it's
great.
with a mall. Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah.
the turbo can't when you stuff the pumpkin into the gas tank. The
Hmm.
turbocharger in my it like I don't know it
Yeah,
purees it or something.
yeah.
It clogs the flugel binder. Yeah,
The
and then they got to
turbo
change all the light bulb
encapsulator.
grease. All the light
The
bulb grease needs to be changed in my car. It's
Yeah.
super
Oh,
expensive when I do
I
that.
hate when I have to change the blinker fluid. I'm so
Yes,
over
blinker
this.
fluid. In the springtime,
Oh,
it's buy one get one. You should stock up on blinker fluid.
well, that's when it's the hardest to find. I've gone to every
Yep.
auto store and say, "Give me some blinker fluid." They're like, "We don't have any."
Oh, the other day, somebody says to me, "I need 5W30." I says, "What is 5? You need 710." They're like,
Yeah,
"What are you talking about?" I'm like, "The cap says 710 right on it."
yeah, it says it right there.
What is wrong with people?
Yeah, no,
Will you pull
I
that? You
tell
need
you.
710 fluid. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
710. It's so simple, and it's not really hard to find that stuff. 710 fluid
No,
is pretty much everywhere. I mean, if you
yeah,
just look at
shit.
the cap
There's
of
like racks of it in all the stores.
racks of
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Exxon makes it. Mobil,
Mm,
Valvoline, they all make
yeah,
710.
they all have it. They all have it. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, it's
If
9
anybody
o'clock.
wants
We
to
got to
call
go.
us out on any of those terms, we all know it's really not called 710. We're just being funny.
Yeah, no,
Write down
it's
710
you.
and then turn it
It's
around.
not.
You guys will laugh
Wait,
if you don't know what we're
it's
talking
not
about.
710. 710. It's not
No.
710. It's not.
Wait a minute. If I do that, it says oil. Wait a minute. I used to get my mother with that all the time. Ma, you need 710 fluid. We'd send her down to the store. She'd come back irate.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jason, you made me look silly.
All right, well, get your 710 changed in your car, everyone, and have an awesome weekend. It is going to be. I think it's going to be nice. There's supposed to be a little bit of rain tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Get out there, go to some open houses, say hi to some people.
And if you're bored,
Have
head
a
to York
great
Beach and watch me walk. You can come join me on my walk.
watch Jason walk on York Beach.
You could do it
You
with
know
me,
what?
Robert. You should
I'm
show
gonna
up.
come. I think we're gonna have to start selling tickets to this and
Oh, it would
put a
sell
little
out.
set of bleachers.
Yep. I'm legit.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I've got really nice earbuds. I got the Sony
Mm.
Pro Pods or whatever they're called. I mean, I
Ooh.
rock those. I put on Pandora. I put on a little Van Halen. You better watch out.
Oh my God. Jamie's crying.
Yep. You got to have some respect. Poor Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, yeah.
Rest in peace, buddy.
You are the atomic punk. All right,
And
that's
you
it,
know what,
guys.
Robert? You are hot for teacher.
I am. I always have been. That was my weakness.
That's my weakness.
That's all right. All right, you guys. Have a great day. We will talk to you soon and stay out of trouble. Bye.